character, trust, and dominance. The three pillars on which Nebraska Volleyball is built. The nationally renowned program was built within the walls of the Coliseum, the most intimidating venue in college volleyball. For more than 2 decades, women have come to Nebraska and become the embodiment of all that Nebraska Volleyball stands for. The game develops not only amazing athletes, but amazing people as well. It teaches more than the fundamentals of a great block or kill. It teaches intense dedication to achieving one goal. The 2000 Nebraska volleyball season was destined for greatness, and following in the tradition of teams past, a new level of greatness was attained. There were bumps and turns along destiny's long road. This is their journey. The 2000 season brought many changes to Nebraska volleyball. Former head coach Terry Pettit passed the torch to first-year head coach John Cook. Cook inherited a tradition-rich program which had captured a national championship, 22 conference titles, and played in 18 straight NCAA tournaments. A new era had begun for Nebraska volleyball, with a new coaching staff, a new look offensively, and players that had seen only limited playing time, but it was still Nebraska volleyball.
It's just a wonderful team, and in order to have a season like we had, the coaching staff had to be great as well. And I think the team benefited from that. They looked up to the coaching staff, and they were able to get all their needs fulfilled with a combination of us, of the three of us.
That was, well developed through spring and kind of just trickled down through China, and then fall was like we've already been through a season together. So although it was our first season, as in terms of with the lights on, it was in our minds our second season in terms of getting to know each other.
The season began with an 18-day journey through China. The team set out in May on a trip that would become the foundation for the upcoming season.
As a coach, you always take a risk on a trip like that, especially choosing China, that it could be a disaster and they could not get along, and it could be a tough trip. But that was the risk we needed to take, and fortunately it turned out to be a wonderful trip, even though there were some hardships and competition was great.
The 3-week excursion began in Beijing, the capital of China, a city rich in culture and history. The players visited the Great Wall, Tiananmen Square, Silk Road, and the Forbidden City. On the court, the Huskers faced their stiffest competition in Beijing. NU played the 4th and 6th ranked Chinese professional volleyball teams.
Physically, just playing the international teams over there was just an eye-opening experience for us, and it showed us things that we had never seen before and things that we needed to work on, to get to where we wanted to be. So it helped us both mentally and physically.
The Huskers took an overnight train to Shanghai, where their focus would become competition rather than sightseeing. After a 6-day stay, the Huskers boarded a plane and made their way to Hong Kong, the economic nucleus of the East.
I think it was a time that our team came together, and we learned a lot about each other, and we were forced to go through hard times together. And a certain amount of trust was built when people go through something like China with each other. Seeing people at their weakest moments and not being able to get away from them, you just get to know them, and it really built great friendships on our team. I think we were good friends before China, but after China it was like we were best friends.
I mean, we made it through those 20 days without any problems, without anyone getting mad at each other, and I think that's pretty remarkable as a team, and I think that just kind of set the stage for this season.
Although not realizing it at the time, a foundation was being formed. The countless hours spent together on and off the court, depending on one another, was creating a basis for trust. On the final night of the trip, overlooking the South China Seas, expectations for the upcoming season were set into motion.
I just wanted the team to know that I believe we could do it, and once we started believing we could do it, that's when we could see that goal right there. If they didn't think about it, it just seems too far. So I wanted them to know that if I could see it, they should also see it too.
Gracia made a major impact by standing up, knowing that she was going to be the setter this fall, and saying, we are going to win the national championship. So it was just almost a surreal experience looking back on it, because it was so powerful. And now to see what it produced this season, I think that was the key to starting this whole thing off.
That night was really special. It's when our three leaders emerged, Kim, Angie, and Jill. And then Gracia and everybody, we all knew that we could do this, that we could pull through all the obstacles and struggles that were going to be before us. And people not believing in us as much, being ranked low 11th, and we just knew together as a team that we could do anything.
With the team back on American soil, they faced another obstacle, playing the 2000 season without two-time All-American Nancy Maindring. Maindring, the 1999 Big 12 Player of the Year, had trained with the U.S. national team and had been competing for 24 straight months. Granting her a redshirt year would allow Nancy to rest, giving her a physical and emotional lift, even though she had made the sacrifice of not being able to play for the 2000 Huskers.
My role this season was definitely very much different from what I'm used to. Getting to sit on the bench was a great chance for me to get a perspective of seeing the play without being right in the action. I think for me that's going to be a great mental advantage next year. Coming from this season where I've seen what works and what doesn't work, it'll help a lot when I get back on the floor. It was really tough for me to adjust to, but it was so exciting to be able to see the girls have so much success.
Because of her sacrifice and her giving in the gym every day and her supporting the younger players, especially Anna Schrod, and being there on the other side of the net of making our players better, and knowing that she wasn't going to play, but coming in every day and playing like an All-American. I mean, it took incredible determination and willpower for that to happen, because there was no reward for her. It's come in and practice and go sit on the bench and watch them play. So I really admire Nancy, and she made a great sacrifice.
She did the greatest of all things for us, And I think sometimes maybe Nancy doesn't even understand why she did it, but she did, and it was just awesome of her to put the team before herself. And thank you, Nancy.
Without Maindring in the lineup, the offense would change, but not the expectations.
Internally, our expectations were fairly high, but somewhat uncertain, just because this group hadn't competed against NCAA competition. And obviously, without Nancy being with us, that left a huge gap in our offense. But as a coaching staff and as a group, we knew that with the talent that we had, we could compete with about anyone.
The Huskers kicked off the season before 3,900 fans with the U.S. Bank Arby's tournament, playing in only their third game of the season against 13th ranked Colorado State. The Rams entered the tournament having beaten two ranked teams, UCLA and Florida, in the NACWA Classic. The victory over the Rams was the first defining moment of the season for the Huskers. Nebraska showed a character born during the 18 tenuous days in China. They overcame a first-game loss and trailed in every game, including the fourth, where they would face a 9-1 deficit. The Huskers rallied to win the match 7-15, 15-7, 15-13, and 15-13. Sophomore Laura Pilikowski was named MVP of the tournament, with three of her teammates, Angie Oxley, Amber Holmquist, and Gracia Lisa Perro, joining her on the all-tournament team.
It's our first tournament of the year, and we beat a team that just beat the top teams in the nation. I think was something very positive for us, because it showed us, we're going to have a great team. And I think we noticed that in that game, things were clicking a little bit more than some teams would click that early in the season.
That was a big step for us. It helped us prove to ourselves that we were going to be a good team. And I think we knew it, but that was just sort of a confidence booster. It was just one little step that we could climb with each other that helped us on our dream, on our goal. And it was really important for us, I think, because It was a big game, and it showed. I mean, it showed us that we were capable of playing big.
A challenging road trip was on the horizon for the Big Red. South Bend, Indiana, home of the Fighting Irish. All 4 teams competing in the Notre Dame Adidas Invitational were ranked in the top 25. Notre Dame, Michigan State, and UCLA were ready to battle the Huskers. 3,000 Nebraska fans came out to support the Big Red, turning the Edmund P. Joyce Center into a home away from home. The Huskers didn't disappoint. They came out on top of their game and outblocked the Irish 13-3, sweeping the match. Next up, the Michigan State Spartans. The 4th-ranked Nebraska volleyball team displayed a dominant offense and a stingy defense, allowing only 2 Spartans to hit for a positive percentage. The championship match pit the Huskers against the 3rd-ranked UCLA Bruins in a dramatic 5-game match. Nebraska fell behind 2-1.
We were playing pretty well, then they went up on us 2-1, and going into the 4th game, it was, there was a little bit of uncertainty there, and that was the first of 3 or 4 times during the year that we were down 2-1 in a 5-game match. And you could just tell by the look in our eyes, by the look in the players on the court's eyes, that they weren't satisfied and they were going to go out and accomplish something special during that match.
The Huskers dominated the rest of the way, holding the Bruins to a .069 and a .000 percentage in the final 2 games.
It just showed what a great team we did have, and that a lot of people didn't give us the respect at the beginning of the season that we probably deserved. But it was just a big part of our season, because I think we realized, we do have a great team. Look what we just did.
Nebraska is the only team in the nation that leads the all-time series against UCLA, with NU holding a 5-3 advantage in the series. This triumph was a turning point in the season. The 2000 Huskers proved to themselves that they could compete and win against the country's elite teams.
The point I remember, after we beat UCLA, he came and got us in a huddle and told us how proud he was of us that we beat UCLA, and I think I even saw a tear in his eye.
This team is special, this team has character, and this team has heart. We knew after that match we were probably going to be ranked #1 after that, and then that started a whole new experience.
The victory rocketed the Huskers to the top of the national rankings for the first time since 1995. Although the #1 ranking was coveted, it also brought with it the reality that everyone wants to take it away.
When we got that #1 ranking, everyone was they were just going after us. They wanted to beat the #1 team.
The first week it was exciting and everybody's patting you on the back, and it's great. But as the season went on and we got in the Big 12 conference, then everybody's playing their best against you, because they have nothing to lose and everybody wants to knock you off.
The Huskers would begin the Big 12 conference in strong fashion, sweeping the first 9 matches before being tested on the road against Texas Tech.
To travel that long, going down to play at the Texas teams, and knowing that they have one of the roughest fans ever that always try to mock us and get into our heads, but I think that just builds our team, knowing that we can just look each other in the eye and, put the other stuff in the past and just play Husker volleyball.
Nebraska returned home to face Big 12 rival Kansas State in a televised match.
K-State came here. We were angry and we wanted to beat them, so it was easy. We had the motivation and we played well.
The Wildcats were in for an awakening. The Huskers were out to prove that the loss they suffered in the Coliseum in 1999 was a fluke.
You never want to lose at home, and when we did, it really hurt a lot, and so we knew that this year was our turn to prove it and to really show that, it was kind of a fluke, really, that they actually beat us, and just to come out dominating and really prove that we were the better team.
We were clicking on about as many cylinders as we possibly could, and we were playing great at the time. And I think anyone that would have come into the Coliseum at that point would have found out what level that we could play at.
The Huskers continued their domination of the Big 12, setting records along the way. In a match that tested the Huskers, sophomore Amber Holmquist set a record for blocks with 16 against the Longhorns. And Kim Barron stared down the Jayhawks with a career-best 5 service aces. Nebraska Volleyball had a temporary home for their meeting with the Buffaloes. 12,504 fans filled the Bob Devaney Sports Center, setting an NCAA regular season attendance record. The first game alone featured 58 digs and 148 swings. Laura Pilikowski pounded 22 kills, and Gracia Lisa Pero was 1 kill away from having her 3rd triple-double of the season. The Huskers came away with the win, 15-12, 15-3, 15-13. Another trip to the Lone Star State was on the itinerary for the Big Red. The Huskers entered the Holler House and rendered the Aggies silent in an exciting 4-game match, breaking the Aggies' 28 home game winning streak.
They had defeated the Huskers the last 2 years down there in College Station. They had a huge crowd. It was national TV, and we did the same thing. We weathered their storm. They came out and played great, and we wore them down and then dominated them at the end to get a great win down there.
Sophomore Amber Holmquist produced the best match of her career, smashing her previous career best mark of 15 kills with a match-high 26. After the match, Texas A&M coach Lori Corbelli said Holmquist was unstoppable.
That game was a really fun match for me. I felt like everything was connecting. Gracia and I were really connecting on the attacks, and I really felt comfortable out there.
Amber, I think whenever she goes to Texas, it's on a mission to prove that she chose Nebraska for a reason, because they were the best team in the Big 12, and I've heard her say that in the media. I think the most important thing about Amber's play in that match was Pilikowski had been so solid for us, and Amber breaking out in a double-digit kill and block game was huge for our diversity on offense. And the fact that Gracia and Amber were connecting so well was extremely important. We knew going down the road into the second half of the Big 12 and into the NCAA tournament.
With the win, Nebraska clinched at least a share of the Big 12 title and would win it outright with a sweep of Iowa State the following week. Facing Texas Tech before a season-high crowd of 4,283 volleyball fans on the final regular season home game, the Huskers started a new tradition.
The Dreamcatcher was something that Diane brought to us. We would, before every game, probably like the past 8 games, 10 games maybe, we would tie a piece of string onto this hula hoop, and that string was our bad fear or something that we needed to release, and we would tie it onto this hula hoop, and that would be the end of our bad fear, and we would then just go and play our volleyball.
And it was special to us, it was special to our team. It was something unique that we had that no one else did. And I think in a way that when you tied the ribbon on, you just let everything go, and you didn't have to think about it. And then we had these ribbons that we tied onto our shoe. And whenever we felt fear or we were scared when we were playing or in practice, you just looked at your ribbon and you knew it's okay.
Nebraska had to put trust and faith in each other and the program as they faced a rematch with K-State. This match tested the Huskers' character. They had to face an aggressive Wildcat team without sophomore Laura Pilikowski.
On the road at their place, they felt they had a legitimate chance at doing it, especially when they knew that Laura wasn't going to be in the lineup.
Freshman Anna Schrod started in place of Pilikowski, who underwent an emergency appendectomy earlier in the week.
It was hard for me to sit there in my house and listen and watch, especially the K-State game.
Schrod turned in an outstanding performance with 15 kills and a career-high 17 digs.
Anna came in and did just a fabulous job. I mean, you can't ask that much of a freshman, but Anna came in and was like, hey, I can handle this.
I understood on my role on the team that I was going to be needed at various points in the season, and when Laura got hurt, it wasn't anything out of the ordinary, so I just knew that I had to go in and play just like I had all year, and I don't think that's hard for me. I think that I look forward to that. I look forward to the challenge. I look forward to playing in tough matches.
An undefeated regular season lie in the balance as the Huskers battled in a 5-game match.
Talk about the pressure, because again, Kansas State had nothing to lose, and we had an undefeated season on the line. We'd already clinched the championship, so that was already a done deal. But again, to have to take somebody's best shot when you're protecting everything and they have nothing to lose is a pressure that is tough to play through.
It got to the point where 4th game, we're down 2-1, we're without Laura. How are we going to respond? And it's pretty neat to think about how everyone came together again. We really put it on them the last couple of games. Like I said before, you can't teach that. You can't do anything in preparation for those situations. It just has to be a group effort, and the chemistry and the leadership just really came through under the stressful pressure situation.
Although it didn't come easily, the Huskers became just the 2nd team in school history to finish the regular season undefeated. Nebraska returned home to await the news of whom they would face in the first round of the NCAA Regionals.
In 1999, the Penn State Nittany Lions became the first team east of Texas to win the Women's Division I title. We'll announce the NCAA Women's Volleyball Field of 64 next. Taking a look now, Nebraska, your #1 seed. They are 28-0 out of the Big 12, an automatic qualifier.
The sold-out Coliseum would be home to the NCAA Regionals for the first 2 rounds. The Huskers opened the tournament against the Princeton Tigers. Typical of the season, the Big Reds swept the Tigers, holding them to a -381 hitting percentage in the 2nd game, the lowest efficiency posted by a Nebraska opponent in a single game. South Carolina, though, would make the Huskers prove what they were made of.
I just remember game 4, look up, see the score, it's 12-8. They definitely have momentum. And I came talk to the team like, guys, we can't let this season end here. We've got to pull through.
When we played South Carolina, there was a moment I think that we all had in our heads. It was like, well, this is our last game if we don't win. And so I think that was part of our motivation. And just thinking back, if that would have been our last game, it would have been terrible. We wouldn't have been able to make it to the Final Four. But I think we really came together as a team, and it was kind of a defining moment of our character that we were able to come back and beat South Carolina.
Big Red volleyball fans would shake the walls of the Coliseum with their boisterous support. The Gamecocks not only had to fight the Huskers on the court, but also the fans in their seats, willing game 4 to the Huskers.
The crowd, I can just remember like in the 4th and 5th games, just standing in the back row and someone was serving, and it was just like shaking, and I just was like, I just had goosebumps.
We're struggling, and the crowd just decided at some moment in that match, we're going to will this team back. We're going to let them know we're with them, even though we weren't playing very well and South Carolina's running us out of the gym. We're going to turn this thing around for this team. And they created an energy in there and a noise level that the gym was shaking. And I think it just sent the message that our team, hey, it's okay, we're going to pull you through this.
The Huskers reveled in the crowd support and pulled off a 3-2 victory over the Gamecocks.
From that point on, we knew that we couldn't overlook anyone. We knew that we had to focus point by point, and that was one one of our points to the team was every point matters, every point's the last point of the season.
Next, the Huskers turned their focus to the Ohio State Buckeyes in the regional semifinals of the NCAA tournament. Sophomore Laura Pilikowski returned to the starting lineup, giving the team an emotional boost.
The fact that Laura came in, and I think for her confidence as well as the team, just rediscovering what Laura brings to the team was incredibly important. So for Laura to come back in, and the team kind of settled back into the roles that got us that far.
Pilikowski came up big for the Huskers, crushing a match-best 15 kills, 8 digs, and a career-best 6 block assists. The Buckeyes were never able to find an answer for the Huskers' domination on the block.
That match was similar to the K-State match we had earlier in the season, that our serving and our blocking put so much pressure on them that they did not have an answer for us.
Nebraska advanced to a regional final match for the second time in the last 3 years. A Final Four bid was in the balance, and the Huskers came out ready for the Arizona Wildcats.
Knowing that it was regional finals and it was in front of our home crowd, they weren't going to be as by any means.
Having the experience from last year, having the fact that we lost pretty bad in the semis of regionals, I think that getting past the semis in regionals and then moving on to the finals, we just knew we could do it.
I said the first 5 points are the most important points of the match. If we can come out and shut them down and put a little doubt in their minds early, we had this match. And we came out and it's 6-1 about 5 minutes later.
The Wildcats would be the 25th team to be swept by the Huskers, but not before putting up a fight in Game 2. The Huskers battled back from a 7-4 deficit to take the game 19-17. Kim Barron stepped to the service line in the third game and rattled off 6 straight points to seal the win.
Usually doesn't go down without trying something spectacular.
A match point chance, a service, Barron's outside, set Rutledge.
After the Arizona game, I mean, you saw Kim. She served the last couple balls, and she just fell to the floor and started bawling. And she's emotion on our team, and we just build from that. And so after the match, we were really excited to go to the Final Four, and most of us, it was our first time, and so that was even more special.
I think we were pretty pumped up when we beat Arizona, but I think at the same time, it was kind of like, okay, we've taken care of business, that's what we were supposed to do, and the thoughts were immediately the Final Four.
With the win over Arizona, the top-ranked Huskers advanced to their 7th Final Four in the program's illustrious history. The road to the national championship match would go through the Rainbow Wahine of Hawaii, a program many favored to win the national title. Hawaii defeated Long Beach State and UC Santa Barbara to advance to the Final Four.
Actually, before the Hawaii game, I was a little nervous. I thought, Hawaii's ranked number 2. Why do we have to play them in the semis? We should play them in the finals. But I think it worked out well, and we came out really strong in the first 2 games. And I don't think Hawaii was playing their best volleyball. And in the third game, they came out and they really showed themselves to us, and they played good volleyball. But in the 4th game, we pulled together and we outblocked them. We did really good on blocking.
The Big Reds' block was too powerful for Hawaii to handle. Junior Jenny Kropp and sophomore Amber Holmquist formed a wall which could not be penetrated. Both finished with 10 blocks. Kropp was also stellar on offense, slamming 16 kills to tie her career best. NU, trailing 8-7 in the 4th game, opened a 12-8 lead off 2 blocks from Jenny Kropp and Angie Oxley. A block of Kim Willoughby ended the match and sent the Huskers to the NCAA Finals.
So we prepared hard, and we knew that we could do it if we stayed and played as a team.
At the time, it was kind of interesting because I talked to Jenny, my roommate, and I was like, can you really believe we're playing for the national championship? And it almost seemed like it was just another game.
The stage was set for the Huskers to make history, to become just the 2nd team to win a national championship with a perfect record. Before the team took to the floor, the accolades poured in. Amber Holmquist, Laura Pilikowski, and Gracia Lee Sapero earned All-American honors.
It's a great honor, and it just reflects on our whole team. And even, it's really last year not playing at all, and then this year coming out, it's really special to me.
I felt that it was a reflection of our team and our team effort. And having Gracia and Laura and I out there representing the team, I just felt honored because of what I was a part of. And I think that this season is one that I'll never forget. It's the best team that I've ever been on, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
In addition, Gracia Lee Sapera was tapped the AVCA National Player of the Year, and first-year head coach John Cook was honored by his peers as the National Coach of the Year.
I know I've worked hard for it since I came to Nebraska, since I came here, and I'm very happy to win all those awards, but I don't think none of them meant as much as winning the national championship to me, because it's just a team effort.
The recognition for Coach of the Year is great because it comes from my peers, and although that's not why I coach, and it was almost a distraction at the Final Four. It's really a reflection of my coaching staff.
Nebraska anxiously awaited news of their opponent, Wisconsin. The program Coach Cook left in 1998, and USC were playing for the right to meet Nebraska in the national title match.
I was rooting for Wisconsin against USC, but then when they won, I'm thinking, what is going on here? This can't be true, that Wisconsin and Nebraska are going to play for a national championship. And so that really played with my mind for the next 2 days.
The pressure only increased over the next 2 days while the two teams prepared for one another.
When the balls, are rolled out, then it's time to play, and that's how our team was on a mission to win. I don't think John thought about it once, the whistle blew, and I'm sure it was very difficult for him because of, they're a wonderful group of people, and I'm, spending some time with them. I'm sure he didn't want to be in that position, but that's the way it played out.
My first thoughts were that this is Wisconsin. This is a team that Coach Cook, he had spent all his time into recruiting the players and bringing them up to a level that they are at today. And I just kind of wanted to show him that, we're glad that he came to Nebraska and chose us.
I was scared for Coach Cook because I knew it was going to be really, really hard on him. And we were looking in the stands, and Gracia's like, look at that sign, and it said Cook, Nebraska. So we're like, well, we're just gonna have to win this for him because it'd be terrible if he moved to Nebraska and then he didn't come away with a win.
The Huskers were at the threshold of their ultimate goal. The Badgers were determined to make Nebraska earn every side out. Nebraska led Game 1 with key blocks, coming against Wisconsin's Sharisha Livingston. Wisconsin gained momentum in the second game and fended off a comeback attempt by the Huskers to even the games at 1. The Badgers came out in Game 3 with the edge, reeling off 8 straight points before the Huskers made their move. However, Livingston sealed the game for the Badgers by scoring on 2 kills, sending it to Game 4. But trust in one another and the character this team had built throughout the year would shine through in Game 4. The Huskers broke the huddle with a determination that would not be squelched.
It was incredible to see as a coaching staff because you see the look on Amber's face in the 4th and 5th game. She was determined to make things happen. And just to look in their eyes in the huddle before the 4th game started, there was that edge of confidence.
In Game 4, we had the matchup we wanted. It was Amber on Conan, who was a smaller blocker. On top of that, she has an ankle injury that ends up taking her out of that game in the front row towards the middle of that game. So Amber has the matchup we want. We just say, get the ball up in any area of that court and let's get the ball to Amber. And that's what Gracia executed well. Gave her the ball, gave her opportunities to take a swing, and Amber took advantage of it.
We could see on each other's faces that we were not going to lose that match. And I could see, especially on Lindsay's, I remember her face. She was like, we had no doubt in our mind because we had done this before and we knew that Wisconsin probably didn't have the same feeling that we did. And we just had to pounce on that and do that as fast as we could and get Game 4 off.
A kill, says our officials.
Nebraska stormed back to take the 4th game 15-2. The tide was turning, and the Huskers were confident they would be the team raising the trophy at the end of the match. The fifth and final game was characteristic of the Huskers season. NU jumped out to an 11-5 lead, and a kill by Amber Holmquist brought them to within 2 points of the national title. Senior Kim Barron slammed a kill and went back to serve the final point of the match.
On match point, Kim Barron's is serving for match point. Kim Barron's probably isn't even playing if Nancy Mendring doesn't redshirt. So here's somebody who had an opportunity and is making the most of it. The three seniors are in the back row together, Jill, Angie, and Kim. Kim digs the final swing by Wisconsin. And in the front row are the three sophomores, the three All-Americans, Gracia, Amber, and Laura. Gracia sets it and Laura puts it down. So I just think it was a great story. It was symbolic of the season that the team had, that the three seniors, who are the core of the team, and the three leaders, are out there together in the back row, and the future's in the front row.
It was my turn to serve, and I thought that was just kind of a nice way to end it, because previously in the big games, I was serving for game point, and I was just like, okay, this is it. I wanted to serve an ace, but it didn't happen. But I just went back there, took a deep breath, counted whatever, did my routine, and served the ball over, and then
Sharisa hit a 3, and we got a touch on the block. Kim dug it, and I believe we set Laura, and she swung outside, and the other team blocked it, but it went down on their side of the net.
We're kind of waiting. The notebooks are down. It's all up to them. And the fact that Kim not only served the ball, took him out of system, but then digs the ball. Jill's in there, and I didn't even realize until I watched the tape later that night that Jill was in there, and how incredible for those three seniors to be on the floor in that moment.
The celebration began seconds after the ball dropped on the Badgers' side of the net.
It really didn't sink in right away. I don't think it still has, but it was amazing to hear everybody just running out there, jumping on the pile and cheering, and it was a dream come true.
First-year head coach John Cook led his team to an unblemished 34-0 record, becoming only the second team in history to win the national championship undefeated. Nebraska also becomes the only team east of California to own 2 national championship titles. The Huskers celebrated the victory late into the evening, taking time out to spend with one another in a final team meeting.
We could all look each other in the eye that night and tell each other how much, they mean to us, and to hear everyone talk about what they felt at that time, and to have it documented. Gosh, what an amazing thing to look back on.
Hopefully everyone is taking memories away from this year that we'll always have. And I think part of that is the bond we did develop in China. And I mean, a lot of times people say that, you feel like my family, but honest to God, we are family. And
we all come together, and we just work so well together, and it's been so much fun for me, and I love playing with you guys.
I've just never had so much fun, and Craig said it best. It's just a wonderful year to be a Husker. It's really hard watching. I'm so proud of you guys, because I know that you guys felt like you had something to prove all year, and this whole year I think is characterized by the determination you guys showed. What a night to remember. Love you guys so much. Thanks for being there. Thanks for being my family. Love you all a lot.
I feel so blessed to be on this team and to know you guys, and just there's no place in the world that I'd rather be right now in this moment.
And I can't imagine being anywhere else.
I know that you're like my sisters, and I'm just so happy that we get along so well with each other, because it wouldn't be fun at all. Even if we were winning, if we didn't have a good relationship on the court, it wouldn't be fun. And I just had so much fun all the time, every day in practice. It was just great.
I could have not asked for a better season team. There's nothing but to describe this season as perfect.
in every aspect of the season was absolutely perfect. And I want to thank you for your leadership. And you really did win that game for us.
I know I've never been a part of anything this special. Probably never will be again.
You need to savor this team, and you need to take something from every person that's in this room.
I want to thank everybody for making my season and all of our seasons very special. And I'm gonna miss it.
The tradition continues on the cover of the media guide, and it's very appropriate that 3 of you were standing there, holding down the fort in front of the Coliseum. It's very appropriate. You guys should be very proud of continuing the tradition of Nebraska volleyball.
It's a very, very special year, special time, special way to end it. It was perfect for me, so thank you.
I knew in the South China Sea in that restaurant that you 3 were going to be the captains, and I knew we were going to win the national championship. And this is really a tribute to you 3. The 3 of them together deserve most of the credit for the success of this team.
I've learned something from each person on the team this year, and that I'm going to be able to take with me.
The family atmosphere here is just so great. It's just, you just feel like you're loved from everyone.
They have been a special part of me. They've been my best friends and supported me through everything that I've been through.
Angie Oxley, she was our rock, and everybody knew what you got with Angie.
Angie, she stayed out there every single point of every single game and match that we played. And she was stable, and she was there always. And we could always count on her, and our whole team knew that.
We looked to her on the court for everything. She was the one that was always performing well. She never had a bad game. She's really going to be missed by all of us.
Kim, I'm so proud of where she came from. We trusted and we knew that we needed her on the floor to be our emotion, to be our mom.
Kim, I think I'm gonna miss the most because she's like my mom. Since the very first time I stepped in Nebraska, she took care of me.
She always puts people before herself. And that's just a great gift that Kim has always had. Kim really means a lot to me. She's my best friend. She's my roommate. She's like my sister.
Jill, who really defines what a leader is all about, she gave up the ultimate sacrifice for the team.
She made a big sacrifice of letting me step up on the setter position. And not only she let me do it, but she held me through it. Every single game she had something to tell me. I don't think there's many people like that anywhere.
Jill was such the person that kept everybody together. And I'm thankful that I've gotten to know her as a person, because I look up to her more than anybody.
Going back to senior night, it's just kind of a slap in the face that, you know, this is your last time playing at your home court, and you just experienced the best 4 years of your life here.
I was very excited for that game, just because it was senior night. I wanted to go out on a high note. It was emotional, of course, seeing the crowd there and the standing ovation, and it was just an emotional experience.
When I got out there on the court with my parents, it was so neat to have them by my side and experience for one time, you know, what we experience every time we go out on the court. I just looked around and I was just like, wow, just trying to take it all in, and it's something that I'll never forget.
They were incredible together. You couldn't have asked for a better group of seniors.
The seniors are the foundation of what our team was, and we couldn't have done it without them.
It'll be really hard without the 3 seniors, because they did provide awesome leadership. I think they were definitely the core that held this team together.
The team stepped off the plane to a crowd of elated Husker fans cheering their arrival and was whisked into 3 white stretch limos. A police escort took them to the Bob Devaney Sports Center, where 1,200 fans anxiously awaited the national champions.
To give us that kind of coming home and celebration, was amazing. And the police escort, and the team and the limousines are just, are you kidding me?
It was amazing. It was definitely an experience I'll never forget, and probably one of the biggest highlights I'll have in my athletic career. It's a great atmosphere, and there's definitely no place like Nebraska.
When we got to the Devaney, the crowd was there and they were chanting for us, and they played music by Creed, which we listened to that song every day in practice. Can you take me higher? And it was just awesome.
To walk in that Devaney Center, and I think seeing all those people, and they're there to help celebrate with us, that's when I became, for me, it was the most emotional moment of the weekend. Everything came flooding out.
With the history-making 2000 season in the record books, the coaches and players are ready to set out on a new journey towards another perfect season. Although the program loses 3 dedicated seniors, Kim Behrens, Jill McWilliams, and Angie Oxley, expectations for the Huskers are high. In only his first year at the helm, John Cook led the Huskers to a Big 12 championship, an undefeated season, and a national title. Sights are set high for a return to the 2001 national title game in San Diego, with the return of the 1999 Big 12 Player of the Year, Nancy Maindring, and 3 All-Americans entering only their junior year. The Huskers will be a dangerous foe for opponents in the upcoming season.
We're going to have a great team. We have a lot of our returning players, and we're only going to get stronger and bigger, and we're only going to get better, so I think that we have a bright future.
I'm so excited to be playing again. I'm so ready for next year, and I know the girls need a break, and so I'm glad they get a break, but I'm ready to go. I'm excited to play again. I'm so excited about what this team can do next year.
I think we can repeat next year. We can do it. It's not going to be easy, because everybody's going to come after us, and they want to beat Nebraska. Now we're going to be the hunted team. But I think we have the people, the coaches, and we just got to go out there and do what we need to do, play Husker volleyball.
I look at it as it's almost a storybook season, and we take a trip to China that's very successful. We have a first-year staff, a first-year head coach, a new setter. You have Laura Pilikowski, who didn't suit up in the NCAA tournament last year. Kim Behrens, who never really played here her entire career. So as a coach, you look and see, yes, here are great stories to help make this the perfect season. The fact that we went undefeated, we had to deal with being #1. We had to deal with the pressure and the expectations of Nebraska volleyball. Are we going to live up to those expectations? Can we prove ourselves? And to do it the way we did it, with the way we played with joy, and people fell in love with this team, and we broke attendance records, and I'm just not sure how you could script a better season. So in many ways, this was the perfect season, and something Nebraskans and the Huskers and the coaches will never forget. And we'll spend the rest of our lives probably pursuing the next perfect season.
It's a great day to be a Husker.
There's a hunger, a longing to escape from the life I live when I'm away. So let's go. friend, I'd sacrifice all those nights if I could make the earth and my dreams the same. The only difference is to let love replace all I hate. So let's go there. Let's make our escape. Come on, let's go there. Let's just can we stay? Can you take me higher to a place where blind men see? Can you take me higher to a place where golden streams? So let's go there. Yeah, let's go there. Come on, let's go there. Let's ask, can we stay? Say